Did you know that missing just the 10 best market days in 2010s would have left an investor with returns of only 95% on the decade versus 190% for those who stayed invested? Another recent example is the Liberation Day announcement by President Trump. If you had stayed out of the market after the sell-off, you would have missed returns of approximately 11% up until now. These are investment gains that could really change the story of your investment journey, assuming you stayed out of the market or you decided to sell when you were supposed to actually buy more of those great assets that you believe in long term. If you're new here, my name is Steven, and on this channel we talk about investing and of course how we can let our money grow so that we don't have to continue to work for a very long time. My journey has been a very interesting one. I didn't grow up here, but of course I've had to learn a lot of things along the way, and I try to share that information through this channel. So if you find value in this video, please consider checking out my other videos, and while you're at it, please stick around by subscribing to the channel. In the past week, we saw the Nasdaq drop around 3.5%, the S&P 500 dropped around 2.77%, and the Dow Jones dropped around 3%. All these drops could be, of course, overblown by the media because the goal is to scare you, create fear, and grab your attention through the headlines that they write. But in reality, the stock market has recently made drastic moves in the upward trend or in the upward direction, which is a great thing for the market. But our understanding of the market is important because in reality, the market will not always make new highs every day, and it won't always be sunny. We should always expect periods like this when the market will sell off, and these sell-offs are generally considered buying opportunities into your favorite ETFs or stocks of a company. But while you are trying to work towards building your portfolio and making it something that grows and can pay you dividends or pay you income in your retirement, one of the things that we need to keep in mind is how we build our portfolio over the term. You have to understand that your portfolio should be designed based on your needs, your expectations, and where you see your life going. So what do I mean by this? The first thing that we want to consider when we're building our portfolio is how much time we have and what is our risk tolerance. This information will determine our asset mix or the type of assets we acquire. For example, do you want to have real estate? Do you want to hold stocks? Do you want to have bonds? Or do you want to add cryptocurrencies to your asset mix? All of these questions need to be answered based on the risk tolerance you have and of course your time horizon. So here's a simple question you want to ask yourself. If you are somebody who could, let's say, invest $1,000 in crypto all at once, would you be able to sleep at night and not worry about what the crypto market does tomorrow or a week from now? Or if you're that person who believes that, hey, I have the time, I have the risk tolerance, and I have the belief in this crypto world that we're stepping into, then maybe it is time for me to put significant money towards it so that I can let it grow and hopefully my money increases over time, right? That means you probably have more risk tolerance towards it. Now, one thing to realize is that before you start investing, it's always good to do your own due diligence and have an understanding of what you're putting your money into so that you don't lose your money, because investing involves risk and you can always lose money. In order to avoid any form of headache or sleepless nights, you need to understand what your risk tolerance is, because that will determine how much money you can put into an investment. If you see yourself getting worried or getting sweaty palms on an investment you're about to make, you are probably stepping out of the bounds on what you can tolerate in terms of the amount of risk. The other thing to consider, which is important, is the time horizon. You have to understand that how much time you have will determine how well you can be invested in a particular asset. For example, if you're approaching retirement, that may not be the time to put most of your portfolio in some stocks, or even if they're in stocks, it might be to invest in less volatile stocks. For example, Coca-Cola type investment where the gains might be moderate, but at least you don't see that volatility in your portfolio. That time horizon is very crucial because this is something that I always encourage everyone to do. If you're not investing yet, or if you're still thinking about starting your investment journey, well, this is the time to start, because time is your best asset in any of your investment that you can think about. Time is your best friend. Why? Because of the compound interest that you can get on your investment over the years, maybe decades that you may have. Now, talking about time and decades you may have to understand that the ability to consistently invest and stay invested in the market is one of the superpowers that you can possess. So for example, are you the type of person who gets paid maybe twice a month, maybe once a month? If you have your schedule, then you can automatically set your investments into a particular asset, whether it's into stocks, whether it's into ETFs, and you want it to automatically invest for you. Maybe it's every week or whether it's every month. Let it automatically do that for you so that it takes away the human aspect of investing, whether it's the fear or whether it's just forgetting to invest. Those things are things that can prevent you from gaining the long-term advantage of staying invested and investing on a regular basis. As we know, the stock market has definitely made significant gains over decades, and the expectation is it's likely going to continue this over time. So the sooner you invest, the better it will be down the line for you. Now, this leads into my next point, which is dollar cost averaging. This is the idea of investing a specific amount every time, say it's every month or every week, into a particular asset, and whether the market is up or down, the set amount goes into that portfolio. And this is something that can save you a lot of money, save you a lot of stress and worry, because you buy either less amount of shares when the stock is high and you buy more when the stock is down, and over time you tend to accumulate these stocks and you buy it at a reasonable price, because you're not always buying at the top, you're probably not buying at the bottom, you somewhat buy at an average price, hence this phrase dollar cost averaging. Now, once you have your account set up and you consistently invest in the market, it is best to always check your portfolio, whether it's maybe every month or whether it's every quarter or whether it's every 6 months. Depends on what your schedule is. It's always a good idea to check on your portfolio to see how your assets are in terms of the balancer. So for example, if you're the type of person who's taking more risk and you believe to have more stocks in your portfolio, well, if your stocks have grown to maybe 95% of your portfolio and the original plan you had was to have 80% of your portfolio, then you may want to sell a certain percentage. In this case, if it's grown to 95% when you're supposed to have 80, you probably need to take that 15% extra and sell some stocks to get down to 80% of your portfolio in the stocks, and take that 15% extra and put it into, for example, whether it's cryptocurrencies that you like, or whether it's bonds that you like, or whether you want to stay in cash. Remember, like I said at the beginning of this video, staying out of the best 10 days in the 2010s means that you've missed out on significant gains over the years. And that is something that you want to keep in mind to avoid, so that you don't miss the best days of our investment journey. If you have found value in this one, please don't forget to drop a like on the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'd love to see you tomorrow.